Hello and welcome back to Jarvis Johnson Gold, the premium channel that is free. It is free. But if you're watching this, you're premium. And you know what? You're a millionaire, or at least you want to be. And today we're going to learn how. I have found a coach who is going to teach me how to pick myself up by my bootstraps and become a high-achieving man. Today, we're talking about Sam Millsap, or not Sam Millsap 02. He's got 430,000 followers, and he helps online coaches start and scale. No courses for sale. Bars. That I will respect, because these guys, these gurus, they usually are always selling something. If someone's not selling anything, it feels like they're more in it for the love of the game, which I can respect. I'll also note that they say Christ first. I am second, which is pretty funny to me, because second, but no, I get it. You have to prioritize yourself, you know? I think more of us should be doing that in this world. It's very easy to get caught up in the needs of others. I think there's a balance between being selfish and taking care of yourself, you know? Put your oxygen mask on first, right? So you can take care of others. And that's what I've already learned here from Sam.
For those of you who are too closed-minded to understand just how much your life can change in a year, I'm going to change your mind.
Okay, you're down in the dumps. And I've been there. Sometimes I live in the dumps, you know? You're looking at the year ahead. We just started 2025. You're like, I don't know how to improve my life, like a year so far away. And what can I really change? And Sam's going to break it down.
This was me a year ago. This was the first time eating at a nice restaurant. I had no idea what I was doing. Didn't even have $1,000 in the bank. Sadie's boss was paying for this dinner because she was working so hard at her job. We were driving her car, living in a $2,000 a month rent apartment that we were splitting.
So far, this sounds pretty normal. I'm going to tell you how much your life can change. Look at me 1 year ago. Look at this fucking loser, dude. I'm in love. I'm paying a reasonable price split for rent. A lot of Americans are paying that, okay? Depending on the metropolitan area that you're living in. We were sharing a car. I know no one can relate because I was at rock bottom. For a lot of people, $2,000 a month is a lot for an apartment. But if you don't want roommates in a metropolitan area, you'll find that a lot of people are paying that. San Francisco, Chicago, Toronto, New York, LA, even depending on where you are. That may sound like a lot to some people, but I just wanted to give that. Like if you're in a rural area, like, you know, when I was in Georgia, the rent prices were far lower. But he's saying that was chump change.
In a $2,000 a month rent apartment that we were splitting because I was broke.
Oh, because I didn't get that impression, actually. That was a classic American story to me. But apparently you were in the dumps.
Fast forward to today.
He's covering the picture with his head so he can do the big reveal. And then when he moves it out of the way, he's like, fast forward to today, I got a buzz cut. Because entrepreneurs, real hustlers and grustlers like myself, they don't have time to do their hair. That is inefficient. It's like when Mark Zuckerberg decided to wear the same shirt for 10 years. Also, look at this. Blazer. Gigantic. Wait, why? Is that a coat?
I'm a millionaire. 2 Lamborghinis.
I feel like he jumped the shark a little bit, right? Fast forward a year, 2 Lamborghinis. Did you need that? Do you need 2 Lamborghinis? I'm used to these people having 1 Lamborghini. I'm not going to lie to you. So 2, that's the power creep. That's like how he's letting you know that his power level is off the charts. It's over 9,000. By the way, no disrespect if you like fancy cars. Why is it that these guys always like fancy cars? Why can't it be like fast forward a year? I'm a millionaire. Me? Life-size Gardevoir, Pokemon Center exclusive, okay? Full set of every printed Pokemon card in my collection. PSA 10 Charizard. Stop looking at my girl, all right? Stop looking at Guardy. We're exclusive, all right? And I've got a girlfriend, not pictured.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of my dream cars.
Now it's redundant. I have 2 Lamborghinis. I can count to 6, which is also the number of dream cars I have, unrelated to the Lamborghinis. I have 8 cars in my garage. 8 cars, 8 Lamborghinis cost more than $1 million. How much money do you have? What did you do, bro? It's always, and I swear to God, like this could happen if somebody like did a crypto scheme or something. It always comes out like the FCC is like investigating. I saw this dude in a CoffeeZilla video. Wait, let me just pull up this CoffeeZilla video real quick. Shout out to CoffeeZilla. I used to follow his channel when it was Coffee Break.
I'm a billionaire because number one, let's just say I can make, I don't know, 10, 20 ETH a day. That's like let's just call it like 500 to $1 million a month. That's like 12 mil a year. You do like a money calculator.
Okay, so that guy was just charged in the largest NFT scheme prosecuted to date. And whenever I see people presenting this immediate riches story, I'm very suspicious because there's lots of dubious ways to get a lot of money, especially in the short term, before the law catches up to you. I'm not saying that he's engaging in anything illegal. I'm just saying that when you're flexing online, everyone knows that you can fake that, right? You can rent cars. Your words are not, I'm not absorbing them as truth. I'm going to need to see some more.
We can do whatever we want and we can buy whatever we want. All because I did what I was supposed to do for a year. Are you going to be too lazy to change your life, or are you going to lock in for a year?
They never tell you what they did. Hopefully he will. But it's always like, until I did what I did, until I chose to engage in that activity, I was broke. But when I decided to lock in and do, now I'm a millionaire. Shit, I'm a billionaire, if you think about it. But normally, they're selling stuff, so he's not. Let's see what he's up to.
22 years old, second Lambo, high school dropout.
Dropping out of high school is not a flex. Dropping out of college isn't a flex. College isn't for everybody. Dropping out of high school, hopefully you got a GED, or you were just making so much money. Well, he just said that a year ago, so he's 22, just bought a second Lambo. In that last video, he was talking about how a year ago he had no money to his name, so he would have been 21 or 20. So he dropped out of high school before that. So it's like, were you justified in dropping out of high school, or is that just like a part of your lore now? Because I don't think I want to tell people to drop out of high school. I think get your education up to that point at the very least, and then decide what path you want to take. I don't think flashing a Lamborghini and saying you can do it too, just because it's worked for you doesn't mean it'll work for others. But when you're flexing it like this, it adds to your lore. But everyone seems like they have the same lore. Am I wrong? I feel like every one of these guys is like, I was nothing. I dropped out of college. Everyone called me an idiot, but look at me now. I'm rich. And you can still be an idiot and be rich. And I'm not saying he's an idiot, but I'm just saying there are a lot of rich idiots. This is like when Jake Paul did that music video where he was dissing his teachers for telling him to pay attention in school and that he would never use math in his real life. Like, okay, you became rich, but like, is that a life path that people should follow? I wouldn't say so. I mean, but I don't have a second Lambo, so I can't really talk.
2023 STO, to my knowledge, the highest MSRP STO ever built. Thank you, Kevin.
The highest MSRP? That's really funny. Flexing the MSRP of like a part of your car is very highest manufacturer suggested retail price. If you're like revving your car and being annoying, I've never once thought, wow, that's so cool. I was concerned he was going to just peel out into the street without looking both ways. Thankfully, he's exercising safe practices here. Wait, so he's bragging about paying the most money for his car? Car salesman must love this guy. He's like, wait, no, can you charge me more? I know, like, you said you were going to knock down the price because I seem like a nice guy. But like, I can't make a TikTok about getting a good deal. So how about you overcharge me? So I could say this is the most expensive shit in the world, dude. This loaf of bread that I just bought, highest MSRP ever paid for a loaf of bread. $5,000, okay? It's delicious. This video cuts right before he backs up the car and gives the keys back to the dealer and says, hey, thanks, man. I'll tag your dealership. Thanks for letting me drive this around the block. Oh, he does tag it. I don't know anything about e-com side hustle cars, and I'm not going to watch a single one of these TikToks, but this is when someone lists their like, this is a guy's big three. This is his like horoscope, you know? They say guys are too, guys don't believe in that stuff. This is what they believe in. Me? Yeah, no, I'm, well, wait, let's see. I was born at 215, so I'm like a Lambo Sun, McLaren Rising. I mean, right now is not good for me because my Mercury is in Gatorade.
If I had to start over right now and become a millionaire in 1 year, this is exactly what I would do. I would go to ChatGPT.
All right, you lost me there. All right, what is he going to ask ChatGPT? How do I become a millionaire? How can I convince a dealership to let me borrow their Lambo for a TikTok? In January of 2025, and we're still on, I would go to ChatGPT. No, I would go to DeepSeek, baby. Ni hao. All right? Out with the old, in with the new. Sam Altman, more like Sam, my fault, man. Project Stargate, more like, sorry, I'm late. I was busy talking to my new best friend, DeepSeek AI. I'm thinking of a really bad pun. I'm just cooking on a pun right now. Sorry, Mr. President, but you can't trump these prices. I'm trying to see my bank account go up. It's a politics joke for all of you out there about AI and it's a geopolitics AI reference. And I have a computer science degree. I'm just terrifying. And I'm terrific. All right, everybody, let's just get back to the video.
We'll go to ChatGPT, and I would look at the top 25 or 50 skills that are in demand right now.
The reason he's saying this in conversation rather than actually demonstrating it is because you're going to get a stupid result. ChatGPT's number one job right now is software developer, which as a person who did that job is a very outdated answer because it is very difficult to get a job as a software engineer right now. The economy's changed. The market has changed. My own brother asked me if it was a good idea to study computer science to like start a secondary career. And I'm like, you know, if you enjoy it, then give it a go. It's something that I enjoy, the actual craft of, you know, writing code, building software and stuff. I cannot predict where the job market is going to be in the years it's going to take to get job ready. And we've already witnessed a cooling effect on tech jobs and just the job market in general. So, and by the way, most of the 10 things that ChatGPT is saying here are related to AI, engineering, and crypto. And we just don't know that those things, sure, if right now you have the skill set, who can predict the future? Certainly not ChatGPT, which was trained on the past.
3 ways I would grade it is 1, do I already know it? 2, am I passionate about it? And 3, if I don't know it, how hard is it to learn?
These are good questions.
We don't have much time.
We don't have much time because I've given you the arbitrary time limit of a year to change your entire life.
I will immedially start posting on social media and building a personal brand around it.
This is like Gary V advice. You know what I mean? This type of advice is generically applicable to anyone who's going to work really hard in a direction will be able to find some success in that direction. It's just like so generic. Also, was he 22, 23? Like, I hate when people act like they've freaking cracked the code.
Showing your journey. If you do not have a journey, people will not trust you. It's a huge trust.
You don't have a journey, people will not trust you. I don't think that's true. People just lost millions of dollars on Hawk Tuah coin. There was no journey for Hawk Tuah girl in the crypto space. You know what I mean? Like, marketing is everything. In general, this is just like super generic advice. To jump from dropping out of high school to ChatGPT is like the 2 actionable pieces of advice. At least things that he has said that he's done other than buy 2 Lambos and just making money somehow.
Once I've perfected this skill, I will start providing this skill to clients for free or cheap to get testimonials, to get proof. Remember, proof over promise.
So here, maybe this is what he's doing. He's like offering his skills for free to this audience. Maybe that's why he's not selling anything.
Proof over promise. I will start charging market prices, and it will work like this. I put my time and energy and money into building a personal brand. I will get customers, I get results, and those results will bring me more customers. And I will start using the money that I made to invest back into the business.
This is like just the most generic example of like business economics. I identify a need, I identify a gap in the market, I create a product that provides value to that market, then I create supply for the demand, and then I sell the product in margins, and then I sell my product for less than it costs to make, and then I make profit. It's like if this wasn't presented as like, and this is how I bought 2 Lambos in a year and became a millionaire and can buy anything I want, then it's just like generic. I took a econ class one time.
Better skills, better employees, until I have scaled to $1 million. Guys,
it's that simple. Just learn something and then do it until you have $1 million and find something that's good to do. Go on ChatGPT. The one piece of actionable advice here was go to ChatGPT, which is just going to tell you to get a job in computer science or nursing or photography. Like, ChatGPT was not helpful here.
Raw skill, personal brand, $1 million.
Raw skill, personal brand. Look, not to flex. I have raw skill. I have a personal brand. I have earned $1 million. That's the truth. This guy's full of shit. It's just like, because you know what else is in there? Luck. Luck is hell, dude. You got to get lucky. You got to be in the right circumstance, right? You've got to have no catastrophes happen. You've got to have the right people investing in you, have the right network. You've got to not make mistakes that set you back for long periods of time. You've got to not have any health issues. You've got to have your family not have any issues that pull you away from any of these things. It's like, brother, why do these people never want to acknowledge how fortunate you have to be to find success?
It's not hard.
It is hard. It is hard. In this economy where people are struggling to just find a fucking job, yeah, it's hard. What do you mean? Doesn't mean that the work isn't worth doing, but don't make it sound easy, because it's insulting to the millions of people who work really hard every day and don't see these results. It's not like they aren't putting the effort in, right? And it's not that most of those people aren't working smart or working to the best of their outcomes. To even have the cushion to consider taking time to develop these skills is a privilege. If you have ever had someone in your life who's working paycheck to paycheck to provide for their family, where do they have time to develop that skill? Okay. You know, it's like people always like to imagine that there's this unclaimed time and agency that someone's just not taking advantage of. When in reality, many people are being worked to the bone. And by the time they get off work, they're exhausted. It is not for lack of wanting. It's not for lack of wanting a better life for themselves or their loved ones.
Personal branding is and will be, for the next couple of decades, at least, the greatest currency.
Couple of decades at least. Spoken from someone who has only been alive for a couple of decades. And look at this, like, bro, I'm 16. I feel like I need a mill by 17. This is what this type of content creates. This sense that if you're not fucking hustling, then you're failing, and bro just needs to be going to his fucking history class right now. That needs to be the focus. Maybe you have a hobby on the side, you know? Like, I did all kinds of like random projects on the side when I was younger. You don't have to turn your whole life into a profit-making exercise, because there's also like enjoying life is a part of it, and the journey is a part of it, and just being comfortable and living a comfortable life is like a success, and striving for that comfortable life is like worth the struggle. And it's not so simple. Like, he makes it sound so simple when it's just not. Maybe he did find success very early, but it's just like presenting it as if it's this guarantee, when either he knows or he's being obtuse that luck is a gigantic factor. So many people are young and see content like this and don't feel like they're doing enough. People are old and don't feel like they're doing enough. I often do not feel like I'm doing enough. And whenever I express that to a friend of mine, they look at me and they're like, what are you talking about? And to me, it feels very rational. And then when I externalize that, I realize that I am no less susceptible to these pressures than anyone else. So if I, as an adult who has found success online, feels this way, imagine what younger, more impressionable people feel when they find somebody online talking about this stuff. Like, if you're 16, just be 16. You don't have to think about like your business. You can, like, if you have an aptitude for that, if you have an interest in that, sure. But like, to present it like that's the thing you must do, it just feels like it. Let a kid be a kid, you know?
Finding a girl that will do whatever you want her to do.
Hold on. Disagree with the premise. I don't know if that's what you want. That sounds like a person without agency if they're doing whatever you want them to do. But I'm only 2 seconds in, so I'll let him finish.
Not post the things you tell her not to post.
Bro, where do you get this from? Bro is 22. He's already talking like a fucking set in his ways, like socially conservative Andrew Tate acolyte.
Be home when you tell her to be home.
Well, what are you saying, brother? These people are getting younger and younger. I feel like the next fucking TikTok fuckboy I see is going to be like posted up in history class talking about how you need to put girls in their place while his like teacher's trying to give a lecture. I feel like the next dude I see on my For You page is going to be at recess telling me about how girls need to behave.
Buy things, take care of you, all these kinds of things, obviously with my money, is easy.
Obviously with my money, of course. Okay, so this is a part of the millionaire advice. I'm now starting to understand why he said God first, then me second as well. Because I am next to God.
Provide her security. That's it. Can't be ugly. Gotta provide her security. Physically fit.
Can't be ugly. Relax, brother. Dude, this personality is ugly.
You guys make it so complicated. You're worried about like pickup lines and Riz and you know, my game.
Yeah, true. Don't worry about those things.
Shut up. Boys worry about that, right?
And what do men worry about? They worry about controlling a woman.
Be a man, right? Get some fucking money. Provide some security, okay? My girl can buy whatever she wants, whenever she wants. Whatever groceries, whatever clothes, bags.
Girl stuff. Groceries. Like, bro, my girl can buy whatever she wants, whatever Pokemon cards, whatever blind boxes, okay?
And it's not because she wants it. She's not a gold digger, but I've provided her security. So when I say don't post that or don't wear that, it's yes, sir.
Freak behavior, by the way. 100,000 likes? I'm sorry. Yes, sir, brother. Ooh, child. It's yes, sir had me kicking my feet, twirling my hair. I am sick. Ban just his TikTok, actually. If it's a kink thing, by all means, right? But if that's how you're behaving in your day-to-day life with someone who is supposed to be your partner, this is like so misogynist and gross, right? All parts of this. It's like, where did you learn this, brother? You're so young.
You know, she gets to drive her little new Range Rover around to go grocery shopping or to go shopping for herself or take her sister around or like, you know, just go get her hair or nails done.
Now he's just listing activities. My girl, she's going to get to wake up in the morning. She's going to get to, like brush her little teeth, read her little books, do her little workouts, go to her little work, hang out with her little friends, pet her little dog. But she can do that because I gave her that. She didn't have a life before I financed it.
That's one of the reasons I work so hard, right? Because I want that version of a lady, right? Some soft.
I want that version of a lady. There's so many so many ways to just make this cute by taking out a few things. It's like, I work hard because I want to support my partner. I want them to be able to do the stuff they want to do. And that gives me purpose. And it makes me want to work a little bit harder to provide for the both of us. That's kind of what he's saying, but he's adding all of this extra shit that makes it gross, right?
And she cooks and cleans for me and does an amazing job.
By her choice. Now say yes, sir.
As opposed to some girl that's going to a job every day, stressed out.
That's your preference. But like, if my girl wants to go to her job every day, that's cool. Because she's allowed to have her own desires just as you have them.
Every time I make this video, you guys get pissed off at me. But if you guys really do want to find this type of love.
This is, by the way, a response now to one of the replies from his other TikTok.
Obviously, she cooks, cleans, takes care of me.
I love how he has to slip that in there. Like, fellas, don't worry. She cooks and cleans, okay? Like, she's a woman, all right? Now I'm about to say some nice things, but don't worry, guys. I'm not a simp, okay? This woman is in her little box and is a little object that I have. She's like a Pokemon of mine.
She, you know, drives brand new, you know, nice exotic cars, all that kind of stuff.
It's such a transparent reveal of like what his value system is. Why would you ever mention the kind of cars? Do you know anybody in your real life who just like will not shut up about their new car and their expensive things that they buy? Like, it seems so insufferable to be around because you have to exist in a society. Well, I guess you probably surround yourself with a bunch of other freaks that are just like you.
3 things you have to do. 1, not be a whore. Okay.
It's like it's a lot of bit infuriating, but like I've seen so much of this content online that like you would think I'm used to it by now, but it's just kind of like these people are amongst us. They're among us. They're among us, you know?
Quit posting your body online. Quit looking for attention, because here's the deal.
Don't look for attention, says the dude who won't stop flexing his car.
Men that are high value will not see that as attractive. They might sleep with you, but they will never marry you. Okay? You can get mad at me. I don't care. I'm just telling you how it is.
So he's hit the high value man. Scratch that off on your bingo card. Alpha male bingo, we might have to do it.
Don't be loud is the second one.
Don't be loud? Sorry, it's just so many things at once. The easy thing is like, I know plenty of people who are successful that don't give a shit and don't hold the same worldview as this person. Are they not high value? That's a question, because high value seems just like 2 innocent words, but what it actually is this like ideology.
Be sweet, right? 3rd one, take care of him. Cook, clean, be his home, be his peace. Men will choose peace. Boys will choose beauty.
And they always create this dichotomy between men and boys while being the most immature person in the world. Wait, so this is like a pick-me alpha male, which is really interesting, because he has like all these people who are kind of like resonating with his message, unfortunately. Look at this. Someone said, oh, never mind. And then his response was queer. Now he's homophobic? And also someone's queer if they don't agree with you? Or are you using it as an insult? Curious. Sounds like ChatGPT. He's like, I told ChatGPT to impersonate an alpha male. It's hitting every mark. There's nothing so far that I've seen from him that deviates from like the cookie cutter example of alpha bro. My mom is loud and she's been married for almost 20 years. Your dad's not a millionaire. This man is so insecure. Why do you even need to reply to this comment? I pay the bills and make millions. We both have different roles. Having different roles is fine because it implies that you're on a team, right? Like I play, quarterback. She plays tight end. Ladies. Having roles is fine because it implies like a team, right? Like not everyone's skill sets are going to be the same, but like to divide the line on these stereotyped gender roles, that's where, and to have the expectation that your partner is going to fit into this like trad wife gender role is, silly.
The more you work and the more success you achieve, the more you learn to attach your achievements and your dopamine to your work.
He presents that like it's a good thing, but is it? You shouldn't attach your dopamine to any one thing. That's going to lead to burnout. Like objectively, this is like studied. You should live a well-rounded life with relationships and loved ones and hobbies. When people have to work to live, when they have to work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day to put food on the table, that is not them hustling. That is a failure of the system. And when you're choosing to do that, it's your choice. You know what I mean? But like when you have to do it, it's a failure of the system that someone could work that much and not be able to make a comfortable living. I think that's just a little opinion of mine. If you're choosing to work, then you have a fetish for work. Go off, king. You're welcome to that. I'm not kink shaming, but you love work, okay? Admit it. And you love your little cars and your little toys. And that's okay. But like, don't present it as like it's an objective truth. You sound like somebody who dropped out of high school. You sound like somebody who needs to get off Chat GPT and get a Chat GED. Okay, let's Pokemon go to the polls, everybody, this November. Nah, I'm just playing. I turned into Hillary Clinton for a second.
Attach what makes you better and pushes you farther in life to what you also enjoy. You will never win and you will beat all your competition.
You don't need to beat your competition. Who is this competition that you have? You've created this and that's okay. But like, this is like your little mind palace where you've created all of these demons that you have to fight. And not everyone lives there.
Work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week this year. See how it goes.
I feel like this guy needs to watch a single interview with somebody on their deathbed who talks about how they valued working too much and they didn't value the quality time with their loved ones enough. Because that is like so commonly a sentiment communicated by people who are at the end of their days and reflecting on a life lived. You've been in the real world for like a microsecond, dude. You like just don't know it like that. You think you do, but there's no amount of money. Like, look at Elon. He's an embarrassment of a person in terms of how insecure he is. And that is not up for debate, right? Just doing all kinds of things, trying to, like being a fake gamer saga. It's out of any of his political ideologies or any of his actions, like all of that aside. It's someone who has all the money in the world and still attaches so much value to being good at a video game that he pays people to play it for him so that he can brag about it to other people. That's embarrassing. Okay, I don't want to be like that. I don't want other people to be like that. But, if that's their choice. You know what? If you work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. So 12 hours a day means there's 12 other hours. Maybe 6 to 8 of those are spent sleeping. So then you've got 4 to 6 hours to do something. Eating is an important thing that you have to do. I assume you have no loved ones, no friends, and no leisure in your life. Where do you have time to do anything outside of work? You don't. You've just created a world that revolves around your work. And if that sounds attractive to you, by all means, I'm not here to create your life plan. I'm just here to tell you that it's not the way that everyone has to live.
You feel like you have no purpose? Go to work. You're sad? Work. You're happy? Work. You lose somebody just died? Go work.
Somebody just died? Go work? This is a disease. This is a brain worm, dude. I can't believe that's what you actually think.
You cannot tell me there's anything better. What's better than that? Sitting around doing nothing?
You're so work-brained, you can't think of a single thing that's other than work? You literally created the false dichotomy of, what are you going to do other than work? Sit around and do nothing? Are you a baby? Do you have the mind of a child? There's so much out there that's not work. Can you think of anything? It's like a Dora the Explorer question. You got this, buddy. I believe in you. Hey, go to that nice restaurant with your partner. That's not work.
Some of the best times I had and some of the most work I ever got done was when I was at my lowest. When I was at my lowest, when I couldn't pay the bills or even provide Christmas presents.
Well, yeah, if you can't pay the bills, then of course you have to fucking work. Oh my God. I'm like losing like decorum. I just want to call him a stupid person. And that's not how I prefer to conduct myself. But this is like blissful ignorance.
I worked the hardest when I was the lowest. Whether you're happy, sad, sick, well, work.
He's doing a freestyle on top of Rihanna's hit single Work. And if you said you work. And if you're glad you work. That's all this is.
I don't care if it's your wife, okay? I don't give a damn.
Is this... Wait. Do you guys remember when Bumble had like real life events and they were like, oh, it's like speed dating? Homie just went to an in-person Bumble IRL event and then got in his car and shot this video. Interesting. Maybe that's work. Maybe like you're not trying to like meet people and network. Maybe it's networking. Maybe you're just doing business networking. Regardless of why he was at the Bumble event, it's just very funny to me to like go to like a corporate event or even a speed dating thing, Bumble BFF, networking, who knows what it is, right? But it's funny to leave that and then get in your car and shoot a video like this. Like, just go home, bro. But no, he's always working, right? I forgot about that. There's no time to drive. There's no time to actually drive your cars that you spend so much money on because you've got to work. Wow, we had some fun, guys. Thanks for joining today. Remember that moderation is key. Remember to take breaks. Remember to be kind to yourself. And you too can be a bajillionaire. Bye.